Tell me whether you think any of the following things qualify as unrighteous dominion. First up, if you ask the Google search engine bot, when does the LDS prophet speak for God? The answer you'll get is General Conference. That's based on the following page from the church's website. General Conference is a worldwide gathering of believers. Twice a year, we spend a weekend listening to the Lord's prophets, apostles, and other leaders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints share God's message for our day. Also on the church's website, the church-published Gospel Principles Study Manual has a lot of interesting things to say about prophets. When a prophet speaks for God, it is as if God were speaking. He receives revelations and directions from the Lord for our benefit. Modern prophets wear suits and carry briefcases. A true prophet is always chosen by God and called through proper priesthood authority. He holds the keys of the kingdom, meaning that he has the authority to direct the entire church and kingdom of God on the earth, including the administration of priesthood ordinances. The Lord said, "There is never but one on earth at a time on whom the power and the keys of the priesthood are conferred." Former church president Wilford Woodruff is quoted saying, "The Lord will never permit me or any other man who stands as president of this church to lead you astray. It is not in the program. It is not in the mind of God. If I were to attempt that, the Lord would remove me out of my place." Finally, we should study his words. We can listen to his conference addresses. We can also subscribe to the Ensign or Liahona so we can read his conference addresses and other messages he gives. We should follow his inspired teachings completely. We should not choose to follow part of his inspired counsel and discard that which is unpleasant or difficult. When we do as our prophet directs, blessings pour down from heaven. In October 1994 General Conference, Elder L. Alden Porter of the Presidency of the 70 equated any writing from the First Presidency and the Quorum of the 12 with the mind and will of God.
When you see any document, any address, any letter, any instruction that is issued by the Council of the First Presidency and the Quorum of the 12, it should be recognized for what it surely is, the mind and the will of the Lord to his people in this day. We do not need greater prophets. We need listening ears.
In the April 2011 General Conference, Elder Russell M. Nelson, then of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, reaffirmed that picking and choosing what to follow is not allowed.
Warn them that they will encounter people that pick which commandments they will keep and ignore others that they choose to break. I call this the cafeteria approach to obedience. This practice of picking and choosing will not work.
Finally, in an August 2021 address to the BYU community, which is now infamous for its violent rhetoric towards those who deviate from the church's doctrine against gay intimacy, Elder Jeffrey R. Holland of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles effectively equated the restored gospel with the word of the church's leaders. He quoted himself 41 years prior, saying,
"That if we're an extension of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and take a significant amount of sacred tithes and other human precious resources, all of which might well be expended in other worthy causes, surely our integrity demands that our lives be absolutely consistent with and characteristic of the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. At a university, there will always be a healthy debate regarding a whole syllabus full of issues. But until we all come to the unity of the faith and have grown to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ, our next best achievement will be to stay in harmony with the Lord's anointed, those whom he has designated to declare church doctrine and to guide Brigham Young University as its trustees."
So Joe, if the church's official publications are authoritative here, then the church and the gospel practically are the same thing. Before parting, I'd like to congratulate Nemo the Mormon for making it into the first page of results from the Google search that I ran earlier, despite the church's recent rebranding campaign to search engine optimize away from the word Mormon.